welcome back everyone to another video. Today we're checking out this Hot Wheels Porsche 911 GT2. So in the last video about this car, it was one of the Will I Buy series. I went on and on and on about how this is going to be amazing or whatever, and put it straight into the Do I Buy category. So I went off and pre-ordered it, and to be fair, they've got these shipped out pretty quickly. I had my email notification about them shipping a few days ago, and it has already arrived. So let's take a look at it. Will it live up to what I was saying in the original video? So it comes pretty standard in its nice little singular stock case / shipping box, which is pretty cool. Let's get that aside, get rid of the tissue paper, and have a look at the car. Nice. Let's change the lights about, get a bit more brightness on the go. Get it out of this protective case, which all seems fine. We've had a couple of these arrive cracked recently. And then we can take a look at this awesome Porsche. So straight away, it looks pretty good. Good condition. Glue's holding out all right, and the car does look really, really cool. You almost forget, the pictures on the internet make it look bigger than it is. You almost forget how small the details are, especially those little wheels and that. We got a official Porsche licensed product sticker there. And then on the back we have all of the stats and such. Born in Germany, produced from 1995 to 1997. Got the length, width and height there, and the weight if you're interested. Engine is a twin turbo flat 6 with a 6-speed manual. So that is pretty cool. So let's grab the old Kniff and get this cut out of its plastic prison. Right, I'll pan this down a little bit so you can watch me cut into my desk. I've got a bit of a habit of doing that. There we go. Squeeze the car out. Yeah, brilliant. Wow. Do you know what? This actually feels a little bit smaller than their normal cars, and the base design is sweet. Huh. I'm slightly taken back by that, because if I saw this at, say, a first glance and picked it up and didn't look at it, I would say this is probably. I would have probably said this was a Mini GT casting. You know, I think the Elite 64 line are trying to deal with a little bit of the competition they've got lately from like Tarmac Works and Mini GT and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for them having some competition out there, because it just means at the end of the day we're going to be getting some cooler stuff. That is pretty cool, and I say it's a lot smaller than the majority of castings that we do get from Hot Wheels. So starting off, let's take a look at these super sweet wheels. Man, they are good. I've got to say, the wheels are cracking. They are nice. With the gold and the chromed out deep dish, it just looks good. Really, really good actually. And the tyre details, the branding on the tyres looks really nice. Got the decals on the side. Obviously, it's in this Advan livery, which is pretty neat. Front of the car here, got those yellow tinted front lights, and it's kind of almost separate looking bumper piece, which looks pretty cool, although maybe not set 100%, but that is really nice. And again, let me just, I'm going to pan up a bit here. I'm struggling to get this in focus a little bit here. But again, all the details are really, really nice. I mean, I've not known Hot Wheels to do many lens lights, especially even in their OLC stuff, they don't tend to do it. But I've been noticing recently of these Elite 64 releases, they've been doing it. So we've got lensing in the bottom lights, we've got lensing in the front lights, and even in the back as well. these little plastic inserts, which is just really, really cool. And the massive spoiler design. Some people thought maybe the tailgate would open because of the sort of gaps and panel gaps around there, but unfortunately it does not. But still, it's a very, very cool casting. And it has door mirrors as well. Something that, to be honest, Mattel leave out more often than they should. And they got a little bit of silver on there too. Make it look even cooler. God, the wide body and the wheel combos look so good. And then we got these sort of separate exhaust details at the back as well. So there's 2 exhausts and it goes down into the engine as well. And we get all that awesome detail under here, including some front suspension as well. That is a really nicely detailed base for one of these. That is really, really cool actually. Wow, what do you think of that then? That is actually much cooler in person than I thought it was going to be. I've been keeping my hopes low for Mattel recently. Sorry Mattel, but you know, is what it is, and this has by far exceeded that. And yeah, I mean, all in all, it was a 30 quid car if you want to include the postage and all that as well. So it wasn't too bad. I think it is rivaling some of the higher end Tarmac Works Mini GT stuff, so it's up there, a similar price range, maybe a little bit more expensive, but this is a very, very cool thing. And it's making me question the RLC cars, I'll be honest, because the acrylic case cars are costing like 50 quid now, and they're not as detailed as this, I don't think. Like, yeah, they get lens lights and that, and they get the Spectraflame paint, but is Spectraflame paint really worth £20 extra? I'm starting to wonder that. Because the level of detail in the base of this, and the spoiler, the lensing, the lights and the wheels is just absolutely awesome. And I don't doubt what we can see of the interior is well detailed as well. We've got a roll cage in the back, as we can see there. Get a step ahead, Advan, number 83. So I don't doubt that these are better than the current RLC releases, especially the credit case ones that are very expensive, but even the carded ones now, they're pushing them up to be more than the Elite 64 range, and the only reason I can see why that is because Spectraflame. Yes, that is a nice paint, it is nice, but is it worth that much more? I don't know. So was this worth doing a buy? Yeah, I think so. This is a really nice addition. I'm actually quite liking their extra attention to the scale and the details of the car in this. It's really nice. The last few Elite 64 cars have actually been really quite nice things, and it's great, but it's a bit of a shame because I feel like the rest of the cars just haven't got quite the same amount of attention in them. I don't know what it is, especially that last BMW, the 2006 BMW M3. I don't know. It's just something about the scale, the panel gaps, the engine detail being a bit lacking. It just doesn't amount to this, and it costs more. So yeah, Mattel have to look into what they're doing there, I reckon. But thanks for watching, and as always, let me know what you think of this casting down below. Did you manage to pick one up before they were out of stock on the US site? I do believe you can still grab one of these on the UK site, like I have as well. So if you're from the UK, if you feel like picking one up now you've seen it in person, you can go do that. But as always, hit up the comments down below. I'd love to read all your comments. And yeah, best of luck on your pick hunts and your die-cast collecting and all that gubbins. I hope to see you again in the next video.